Murphy's Law. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 314 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and I would like to officially welcome you to the starting of a new mini-series of 8 episodes that will run this week and the one after. And it's called, as you can see from the title, The Laws That Shape Us. The idea of this mini-series is to try to understand all these laws that happen and exist in our life, either if we want it or not, and the only action that we can do is trying to understand them and take advantage of them. Today, as you can see from the title, we will start with Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Before we start, as usual, if you end up liking this episode, remember that liking and subscribing really mean a lot for me. They're just one click, but they really make the difference. Thank you very much for considering it. Murphy's Law is not a physics law, but it's a mental lens. When a train is late, a file corrupts, or your microphone dies mid-recording, yes, it happened to me, it feels inevitable. That feeling isn't fate. It's your attention locking onto misfires and ignoring the quiet wins. Think of Murphy's Law as a reminder that systems are fragile, humans are error-prone, and randomness doesn't owe us a smooth ride. If we treat it as a prophecy, we just freeze. But if we treat it as a cue, we are prepared. That's the flip we're making today, from superstition to strategy. So why does Murphy's Law stick so hard? Our brains prioritize bad news. Losses sting more than equal gains. And errors shout louder than routines. We also spot patterns in noise. When two mishaps land on the same day, we stitch a story and call it typical. Add memory bias to that. We vividly recall the single botched upload and barely register the dozens that were fine. The result is an illusion of inevitability. But underneath the illusion is something useful. Complex tasks have many failure points, and complexity multiplies risk. Power chords, passwords, timing, teammates, each is an opportunity for friction. Seen clearly, Murphy's Law becomes a diagnostic. Where are the weak links? What depends on what? And which small guardrails would catch the predictable slips? Professionals quietly operationalize Murphy's Law. Pilots use checklists to trap routine errors. Engineers, like myself, add redundancy so one fault doesn't cascade. Teams run pre-mortems, and something is coming up about that. Assume the project failed, then list reasons why, and try to fix the likeliest ones right now. You don't need a cockpit or a lab to borrow these moves. For any task, shrink the blast radius. Duplicate that file, stage a quick dry run, label the cables, name the document sensibly, and set one reminder that pulls you back before a deadline. The goal isn't paranoia, it's graceful failure. Expect some friction, then make the system forgiving. When you do, the same brain that once braced for the worst starts noticing smoothness because you designed it. So, here's today's challenge. Pick one thing that you'll do in the next 24 hours. Recording, studying, workout, meeting, whatever works for you. And write 2 lists. Most likely to go wrong and tiny guardrails. Let me give you an example. The microphone might fail. Therefore, do a quick sound check and spare the cables. You lose focus, set a 25-minute timer and put the phone in another room. You usually start late, set always a calendar reminder 10 minutes before your meeting. Do it once and repeat it tomorrow. You will immediately feel the shift from dread to design. And that's Murphy's Law upgraded. Not a curse, but a checklist cue. Having said that, that was all for today. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of The Laws That Shape Us. If you made it so far, thank you very much again. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and interact with this content in any way you might like. And having said that, as usual, stay consistent, stay resilient. This was the Shower Podcast, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next episode of The Laws That Shape Us.